read, but are ready for the games for sure. And Sen City's here behind them. The Loud fans already getting to that volume 11 as well as we start off here on Sunset for the grand finals. A lot of tiles work from Sen just to make sure that mid area is controlled from Loud. It feels like Loud's being real passive here. They're ready to go for a first round retake with whatever Sentinels hits.
Not only on that mid take, there was a lot of pressure on both sides from the initiator, getting information on the extremities. And now, as you mentioned, playing the retake style for Loud. There's still a first contact from Tui's, throwing a paranoia, keeping players at bay from Sentinels. Finally a first contact, but the heavy damage goes on to John Cutie. Sentinels yet still want to move forward in this pistol, and Loud decide to pull back. More smoke happening on the left side lane, clearing out towards the left side. It'll actually probably get QCK right now. As the one-way smoke comes up, Sentinels tries to execute in and actually does hit QCK towards the back of the site. There's the first blood. Drop by the Sentinels. A second as well by Zekin. And Loud is falling down on this pistol with the spike down on the east side for Sen.
Fantastic job at not allowing Loud to get into a positioning, as we kind of saw on Ascent. They can't get this utility, these flashes in order, that Sova dart in place, and Sentinels bite back before the retake even really happens there. Less now, a few final kills on the exit to hopefully collect some money for the squad and a different buy next round. But we'll see, a lot of teams have been full classic saving out on that second round, favoring a bit of utility.
Potentially a trap play, but maybe getting information first. You already see out in the open, Sadak is just waiting for a contact for a push. Anybody towards the B main side.
You even see Kalanzine trying to play a little tricky hide spot in the market major. He's just waiting for that wall to go up and catch somebody off guard. Again, the slow play from Sentinels, they're pretty much repeating first round strat, right? We see that Zekin and John Cutie are working tiles. This time they proceed into mid, but that door is going to be shut on them right quick. Looks like they could go all the way through here. This is going to be trouble for Loud to regain any positioning.
Loud's been good at it so far, continuing the good reads, always being active around the map on their defensive side. Back towards the spawn, they hear Sentinel stopping towards the A side again. There is some sort of hope here. Tui's, there you go, gets that contact onto Tens, slowing the pace of the attack. Instantly traded out by John Cutie, though, as the plant goes down for A main. Triple push forward, but the crossbar is just too good for Sentinels. They do a little bit of damage here for Loud, and you know what? I'm not going to discount this player. QCK finally pushed forward by Zekin, and Sentinels get the second round.
Default take on A for first round did not work, but they're going to heavy stack towards A here as we get a bigger default from Sentinels. And I'm interested to see if Loud does a bit of the extremity pushing here. They need each other to get back for this initiator utility on the retake, so losing somebody on a peak would be detrimental to Loud. They're going to stay back and play a very passive game.
Except for that player.
Except for that.
Tui's gets dropped instantly. Sentinels, once again, in a power play. John Cutie still lurking around towards this B side, trying to see if he can hear rotate out of market. But for Sentinels, it's still an information game. For Loud, it's the aggression. We talked about the extremities, but this time it's towards the B lane. There's the contact on a few, finally gets traded out. And we're even up on a 3-3 with Zekin heavily damaged. And that lurk, though, for John Cutie, it's now open. It's up to Sentinels to try to figure a way back towards the B side to meet up against the IGL.
Going the long way around. Wouldn't be able to clear mid and do not know what breadcrumbs are left there from the Kalanzine push.
Getting hurt.
Yeah, they're right. QCK is able to catch this audio and we'll take a shot.
An easy one. Crosshair placement. Zekin low on HP. Actually dodges away from the flash and made it through. Getting a plant right now for Sentinels would be pretty decent for this bonus round that they have. John Cutie watching Zekin's back as the plant comes down. Snakebite just dropping down inches away at Zekin's feet. And allows both players now to group together towards the back of the site. They see the recon darts or rotate a flank from Sadak towards the B main. QCK, no more flashes, has to move together. They have to play the fundamentals now for Loud. It's a blaze wall first, another snake bite, forcing John Cutie out of position. A 1-for-1, solo second, a headshot on the first, so gets denied right away by Les. A nice trade for Loud. They convert their gun round, but Sentinels, they are definitely happy with that result.
Loud securing that one. Les with the Viper's bite on to Zekin, actually paying off. Phoenix ultimate's up. They may try to go for an A push here as they already have that side quite stacked. And the only one that's going to be seen is Tui's.
Loud having to play once again a gamble stack, this time towards B. Because of that bonus run that Sentinels had, the economy is very low. The strongest weapon was the one that was maintained by Les on that previous round, which is a Vandal. And the rest are just looking for that trap play. It's up to Loud once again to do a lot more rotations around the side, have better reads. But thankfully, they have a scan agent and Sadat, who's currently joining towards the B main. Spots nothing. This is good for Sentinels to work the map.
What a choice. John QD again calling it shots to the left side of the map here. Obviously a retake for Loud, but this should be Sentinels planting, pushing forward, and actually gaining some position, so Loud cannot do anything really here on the retake. The way Sentinels have been approaching each of their games, it seems like they have two variations they can use, whether it is 10s on the Omen, where they play a game that's centered around this crowding up, getting into the site together and just swarming. Whoa!
Saw the top of the head of Sadak and falls. At least for Loud, they have this running back with QCK, hoping that Sadak was still alive to help with the recon dart, but it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for Loud to retake the site. John Cutie already setting up the camera, so that's going to be the first contact. The rest of the team holding back towards B main, looking to just spam. If Loud make it through the first line of contact. John Cutie, flash, beautiful by Zelsis. It allows for him to get the kill onto Les. But there's QCK, upgrading weapon, Mosh pin onto the ground, delays coming out from Sentinels. That clock is ticking down here. Pain shells on top of that. Nice shot though from QCK as they're leading forward. Boombot to get more scans. Saucy dropping two, and a beautiful hold for Sentinels in the end.
Not even worrying about the smokes that could come through. They have all the utility and weaponry. Season. Coming into round 5, this Tiles push is Loud's again, but Tens answers.
2 right away. But Tui's did get a timing. He made it through. That's going to catch Don Cutie. That's allowing to even up the tally for the mid-rounding to start a little bit earlier. Les even wants more. No pun intended. As we have a fight now towards the A main side, instantly leaving Saucy alone.
Oh. And they may even Taster's choice this. And by that, I mean, who's going to kill Saucy? Do you get an ult on Sadak? Do you get an ult on Les? Is it different? Do you let him get it down and get the ults that way? Loud's going to be able to circulate these ults in the next few rounds. Saucy gets the plant, and beautiful that he can work off of it with Wingman here. Thrash is available. If this goes down, Saucy may go all out.
That would be such a gamble, but look at him.
It would be.
He's going to hear all of these rotate, so he's trying to get an angle. He's trying to get a surprise attack. Here's that first jump spot. Here's 2 crossing over. The third one already made it through. So Saucy now has a timing. Behind the 3 players allowed rotating across. There's a snake bite towards main. Now it's being watched. There's 1-2, and he will have all the kit left now on his Deco kit. The launch pit going down, forced to halfway, out of position now. Les falls away. There's that Thrash coming out too from the front of the pillar, and Les even has to pull back towards the market. It does not hit him though, but that clock is ticking down. Saucy's getting better across. That's it. For the time, gets it done, and Saucy wins a 3-on-1 against Loud.
Incredible play. Absolutely throwing Loud's timing off by the Wingman plant and push into market. Very heady play. We're into round 6 now. A mid-play from Loud, thinking that Sentinels might go for this encroachment again.
They have a lot that they could work behind this wall that they just put up. There goes that curveball out for QCK, but Tui still fell first. Sentinels are just anchoring around. They have support from all angles, controlling the middle. Not giving a chance here for Loud to really flow through a mid-flood. With that hack thrown here by John Cutie, IGL, it gives enough information that A site is open. It's weaker, where Sadak is currently only holding with the Sheriff. And even Sentinels, they're giving him that respect, moving all the way together, forming up orbs rather, and really just working their protocols for the later rounds.
Just the smoke giving them pawn shop control. They know Sadak's right there. And another quick Wingman plant, giving Sentinels so much safety, never having to push into the site.
One enemy remaining.
Somehow Sadak had an opener, had an opportunity to drop John Cutie, but it's an IGL battle won by Sentinels.
Yeah.
And last again, potentially in a situation, yeah, you already see him back it up. He's gonna save this one. Money wasn't too great here for Loud, and his half buy that they had. The trap play was read by Sentinels.
Exactly. Loud are doing everything they can to get under the skin of Sentinels, find that first kill, so they might be able to grab Zeus's Vandal or whatever he would have in the round, and then move it around again, right? See what Les can get, see what can happen. Sentinels is avoiding it, though. They're understanding and respecting the fact that Loud can still do a lot of damage on these low buy rounds. And you're not seeing any wide swings that don't have an anchor of a Sentinel member on it of SEN. Already they swing heavily over towards the right side to pressure main. Pop flash going right into back alley.
And it definitely looks like for Loud side, they want to try to use that right away. There's the ping on the first one already. The IGL's backing up, trying to get the 100 Fury out, and there it is. It does get a ping on a few. And with flashes coming across, it does get contact for pings, but Zekin still opens up. Sentinels were working towards the mid side after a trap play attempted by Loud with these ults. Now Les is going to be in heavy trouble towards the market. He's there alone, and he's just trying to anchor up at least one portion of this B site towards the map, while the rest are pushing double towards A-Long. Zelsis is currently waiting. He lost his teammate in the process, but he gets the dink and the kill onto Tui's. The flash turns away from it and does not connect on the second one. Krawadzine walks out of that fight, limping away, but still has that support from Sadak. 3-on-3 now in the mid-round.
Finding fights around the map. Loud trying to pick apart at Sentinel's team before they hit these sites. Finally, we just talked about it. They couldn't find any ground before. It'd always be quickly traded back. Now the 3v3 stands.
Les gets traded out.
Yep.
In these moments during this kickoff, he's been so good in these anchored positions to drop 2 and 3. Has been a superstar player, but now Sentinels coming out into this game. The basics, the fundamentals are looking very good to get a plant.
Oh my gosh, again?
Coming out, looking around, a TP. Moving forward, as looks like Tenz is looking for a fight. He gets punished right away by Sadak as the Rolling Thunder comes out. Now even the Pigs comes out. Beautiful combination of utility from Loud as they drop Zasi and come in for the defuse.
And we talked about how big this round was. Loud staves off going into economy hell right now. That was such a big round. Sentinels would have been running away with a few more, and this first half would have not looked good. A little ratty on these. We'll see how that gets used. And these ultimates as well. QCKs can still go in. A quick retake and Les just pushes them out with the Viper's Pit. We have yet to see how Loud actually fight back with those.
You can see Loud though, just jiggling across the contacts being those controllers. Les in the back of the site, Tui's on the A site. It looks like Sentinels want to activate it right away. They'll come in out from Zelsis. Second, Satchel to Frost. Contact on players from Loud in the back of Boba. As the plant comes in for Sentinels, it's time for them to play the pulse plant once again. But this time around, nobody holding yet towards the back of the B main. It's a paranoid to push through, and you hear that run it back. It should come across. The save comes out from Les as it allows QCK to stay alive. A whole roster of Loud against 3 left of Sentinels. Paranoia being thrown on defense. There's that judge. More utility flooding towards the front. But Zelsis and Tenz are holding back their ground for now. Beautiful flash out from QCK though. As now the tap on the spike, trying to draw out the opponents. Beautifully done by Loud. They come in for the defuse, and you saw some hope there from Zelsis and Tenz, and Loud instantly. They held back for a split second, forced Sentinels out, and finally played the fundamentals and won the round.
Completely taken Sentinels by surprise. We set up for Sen in a bit of the same formation, but less movement. They're not taking as much of market. The wall that they just dealt with there in B main usually can mean someone pushes up, so you have to worry. Loud is giving Sen a lot of things to worry about here. And with Dizzy down, they're going to be able to have a little main control, but not in sight yet.
Sentinel's just trying to play into Loud's style.
Yeah.
Where when they get pressure on one side, they usually push the extremity on the other. So you already see Tenz holding back towards the A main side, all the way from spawn, trying to catch a forward push. But nobody's really moving here from Loud. They held things back towards the B side. They haven't really fully rotated. And for them, it's just very much still comfortable of playing that retake style towards this A side. For Sentinels, they regrouped after that, after deniability that you saw there from Les's utility with his teammates. Sen is looking to pivot back.
Toying with the door, just hoping Loud will have to keep covering market there as they start to make their way. Zelsis knife came up just a bit ago as they entered the A main area, but this is a contact play. They want to see how Loud reacts to this.
And finally, after the first smoke comes out on the defense, the other one goes out towards the spawn on the attack. Now you're not allowing here Tui's to get the high stack and a spray.
There they go.
With his Vandal, which allows here a Wingman to get a very late plant towards A.
How far do they push forward? Little hide here from Zekin right under the trash can. John QD is going to be flanking far, but it's watched by Sadak. What's the timing here? Loud comes through spawn.
Threw a whole flash towards the air just to try to slow it down for a bit. They're just trying to take down Sadak first to push towards that spawn. It works out. Another one fell within the site for Loud. But Loud have regained control of that B site. The tap to flush out Sentinels once again. Double back towards the default box as Les lines up 2 kills somehow. And the spray comes back here through the cages, but it's going to be difficult right now. Saucy does get the pick. The last one still sticks to the fuse. Woo! Not planned for them to be able to play that push forward. They really had to walk in the site, and Loud was always ready for that.
Interesting, I cannot wait. But on Sunset until it does just that. Round 10. Uh-oh, Thrash right off the rip. How does Loud respond to instant aggression?
Tried to get a camera pivot towards the mid, and Zelsis already fell. Now just spraying across here, and gets a lucky kill onto a second one. That second that falls. They still get a plant now. Hunter's Fury coming out from the defense. A ping does get the hit onto John Cutie from QCK. As here's a shot from behind to lurk once again. Saucy gets it done. Tens under heavy pressure alone towards the back of the site. Thrash being picked up, the TP away from one, sees the second one, and it does get the hit here. That's going to delay even more. Sadak is detained. Tui's had to TP away, and now as they finally regroup, they don't have too much utility but these smokes. Tens is already pushing towards that spike. A beautiful Dizzy allowing Tens to get that pick. Up to Sadak alone. A nice shot there from Tens once again, leading out for the kill, and Sentinels finally get another point. It seems as though the game plan got foiled, but thankfully you still have players that could really think on their toes, though, with how Tens and Sassy played that one, because they lost a lot of players in the process trying to play this or trying to play a contact towards the A site. Tusica gets dropped. The lure by from Loud, you saw the Bucky, a TP towards the back. At least Sadak is there for the support. Tui still holding towards the back of the A site, and that hat's going to help a lot. Neural Theft out. It's a forward push here from Les outside the B site, while the rest are pinged out all around the A site. But for Sentinels, it's a cut noise. Just want to reset for a bit here with a minute left on the clock.
I like the movement. Les said, all right, we're getting pinged. I'm going to get out here and kill the trap at B main just to make John Cutie think a little bit more. So John always watching the flank, though. They have to watch for Les. Could be a factor in this round that just closes it out.
Had the angles the whole time, and now he gets all the information. Here comes the bombardment, the Mordor towards the back of the site. Contacts onto Kalanzine while the rest of the Sentinels were there. Just to get the drive-by. Firing squad leaving Les alone. Yeah, he broke one trip on the B site, but couldn't get this one on the A site, so his cover is blown. Mosh pit to keep him away, but that's a nice shot off the Sassy.
And now no one else peeks.
Versus one, holding a tight angle as Zetkin goes for the crab walk, though. And they'll get the pick. His teammates even all three before, but let's hold that thought. Showstopper already outside of the gates, and blow Sadak to bits. Once again, numbers advantage for Sentinels, allowing for them to work the map, working back towards his B side.
And right there, I hope I have enough time to say this, never mind.
Not at all. Paranoid going back and forth just to try to delay towards the market, but still allowing Sentinels to gain space. And a plant attempt. As we went for attack first, they lost players towards the market side. Sassy's still alive at that spot, though. You try to hold it back. Plant finally successful for the Sentinels. Smoke to help Sassy a little bit towards the market. Loud just winning here for that flank coming out from QCK. It's slow, but it's coming as a Dizzy comes up just to try to delay towards the back of the site even more. Finally, that contact, as you mentioned, Zekin sees him. Flash is coming out. There's that execution now for Sentinels. Back and forth, but still the advantage for the attack side. As they know, it was that flanker. QCK with no utility after he uses his wall. Contact onto Sassy, allowing here Zekin just to wait for the tap. Pain shells to keep him at bay. That will definitely end the half right now, especially with that kill coming out from Sassy as Sentinels to close out the half with a 4-point lead. And speaking of information to react right away, a knife went out towards the A side, pinging a few here, thrown by Zelsis, and Sentinels knows this hit's coming towards the A side, and they're ready for this signature retake playstyle on the A side. Loud still deciding to work towards A though, so they might have something back in return.
Right there.
What are we working with? There are some ghosts, so a little bit of a drop on util there. Classics will be able to come in full utility-wise. And the early delay early fakes with a bit of utility here. I wonder if that's going to allow SEN in a bit more, but this is Loud are hunkered down here. This is going to be hard to get them out.
Paranoia and Dizzy, that's going to hit QCK, runs inside the smoke. The boom body even spots him and blows him away.
Smokes
a
are
flash
good.
towards the back. Coward seems fully blinded, but he's okay to stay behind the smoke. A tap onto the spike, a fault line coming out, a spray to the smoke, a spray and praying for Loud to hopefully get this pistol on their side.
They got to start it
now.
now.
Even halfway, the wingman already got blocked. But there's no time left. There's no time left. This comes in for the right clicks. What? This is going to be the type of place that we're going to see in a post-match plays between Loud and Sentinels.
Big push here from Sentinels, though. This is going to be another war.
Continuing with the double flash combination from the initiators, but QCK is just ready for that. So not only does he stops the push from Sentinels, but that's building up his ultimate here for the later rounds, even trying to clear for more, grabbing the orb behind the Owl drone. Wouldn't be surprised if they just give him a plan or if he just chases the kill. But you're seeing like Sentinels are trying to rework the map somewhere. Go head to head. Omen versus Omen, Tui's gets the upper hand of Tens. They actually did see QCK trying to hunt for more kills there. He got instantly denied by Saucy.
Camera will let them know they can end at AM this one. In Loud, I feel like needed to start setting the pace as they got onto this attack side. Sentinels, as they were on attack, like I said, what didn't care when the Hunter's Fury came out from Loud, they were able to work around it, absorb Loud utility at market, and hit A, or the other way around, A to B. Here, Loud cannot let Sentinels set up a defensive spot. Loud needs to be in their face all the time. And again, with this composition Loud has, that has to be everybody behind QCK, right? QCK is not blast packing in. He's not dashing in.
Last player standing.
They have to go in together, and right now, they're picking these rounds up together.
Yeah. I mean, as much as Sentinels has utility to retake these sites, for a Loud side, they have as much Sol, right? They have that fault line to come out. They have the
Exactly.
over the smokes.
Yeah.
They have Paranoias if they haven't used it for the takes. It comes down to how they work the map once again here on the attack.
Other. Looks like up and over flash by Dizzy. No, I don't think they've thrown anything yet.
Heard a flash coming out from Zelsis just to delay a bit, though. Big Paranoia.
Fast again.
Yeah, Boombot second satchels away. Ten's trying to swing back out just to try to catch QCK off guard. A knife is going to delay that utility that would allow for Loud to gain that momentum, gain that space, and a gain towards the elbow. As Sentinels wants to fight back, the aggression comes through. QCK still on the top. A stinger close range. A second throw at the Zelsis for the classic. Hot heads on the ground. Finally, Ten's takes him down. And all the rest of Loud falls as Tui's was looking for that lurk. And Sentinels, they fight back on their gun round. They're adding that pressure on this A side to start. Even trying to see if there's going to be a push from Sentinels down towards the middle for a B link control. Sentinels on their end, though, they're looking for, once again, the first contact towards the front. Zelsis with the support and the flashes on the back of the dumpster. So they could fight back. That's all they want to do so far. When they spray it across, they didn't hear anybody from Loud shooting back. So they might be able to start to pivot back and work towards the B side. How about John Cutie?
This is the first time that we'll see Loud start to use this wall here that kind of helps them get an entrance, mostly for QCK and Kalanzine to flash through. Then they can enter through their own wall. And they have to make Sentinels worry. Thrash comes flying out from Saucy to check mid-control, grabs one market, and here it comes.
Satchel in, QCK still alive, coming back, but his teammates detained, cannot really help yet. Mosh pit comes down, the timing of one, Zelsis gets the headshot. Ten's ready for a Paranoia, let's it rip. But the rest of Loud made it through towards the B site nonetheless. They gave up on that control towards the market. The plant coming down here for Kalanzine, hit by flashes all over for Loud. As Sentinels are still held back on the outside by middle and B main. There's that fight, the contact. Oh my God! It's all around! Leaving out less alone on the 1 versus 4. Positioned now towards the spike. As at least the Thrash does not spot him. Now back and forth we go, and Zelsis gets another backstab. Tens is ready to come out strong in his grand finals as well.
It's been an incredible year for Ten so far. We see him go from aggressive duelist over to smoke, himself saying the consistency it brings to his play.
It's like his play style from the other games, but this time as an Omen, he's shining.
His stats this year on average on the Yoru, the Omen, way better than his Jets KOs from last year. Kind of incredible that he's able to put up these numbers still. You see how comfortable he is.
We're not over yet here. 3 rounds away of getting the first map for Sentinels as Louder looking for the contact play. Speaking of Tens, he opens up the round. QCK falls, a tap on the spike, baiting out the players of Sentinels, trying to push towards the spawn. Are Loud They will not meet any opposition, which allows for them to at least get a plant down to build that economy for the next. Ready with the shorty in the smoke. Snakebite keeps them at bay, but all of Sentinels are here, getting ready to flood back from that A-link once again. And there he goes. Look at that utility. Everybody's hiding within the smoke, though, for Loud outside the site.
Okay.
Trade off for kills, and there's only less than 2's left. And Zekin himself is cleaning up the site. Showstopper ready for the next round as Sentinels scored the 11th.
And Loud get too caught in that. Looked purposeful as well. They kind of stood exactly where they wanted to. So Viper and Breach, seen on the right side of the map, is what Sentinels is working with right now. Again, this wall, only 2 times since this wall was put up from Loud have they tried to work through it. Last market we saw, Zekin came flying through with a showstopper, but now they're giving QCK quite a task here.
Yeah, you already see QCK working up the mid of the map. The L drone comes out towards the right side, but the important thing here is Calzine taking control of this B lane. They try to use this Rolling Thunder to hold towards the left side or flash towards the dumpster, but instead, after it sees nothing on the elbow side, they regroup and try to go for the contact play.
Looking at Sadak. Sonar up. Drone has been used. Again, they're really liking this elbow play. At least putting 3 or 4 members in there. They have to get Calzine in there because the fault lines from that side just seem so much more effective.
Even
to
a Rolling
the entry, the Rolling Thunder, yeah, to boot. Right, so having Calzine in this elbow has been a priority for Loud. They set it up again,
30 seconds
and
left.
It's going to be the 5v5. A good lurk here, however, from 2's could just separate Sentinel's rotation.
Feels like Loud seeing here that Sentinels like to play the retake, just contacting the site, allowing this utility to delay even more.
There it is.
And as he throws out the Rolling Thunder off the knife, QCK is pushing forward. Just around the corner, though, Zelsis pulls out the null command. Zekin holding all the way back towards that Boba side, where we have a late lurk from 2. He's still waiting for that opportunity to strike back behind them. But Sentinels are now running very quickly towards the A site. Showstopper to open it up. It's Planet once again for the elbow spam. Wingmen on the ground. Calzine trying to delay as he runs forward with utility. Gets denied. Sadak, though, on the other side. There's that backstab. 2's trying to go for the hero play. There's that first kill. It's tapped at half. There's no time. 10 gets the kill. And it's Loud that stays alive. Over in a swing after a quad swing coming out, and that's just being held back. Even Paranoia to try to move forward. Calzine's all the way back towards middle. Instead, a spray through the blaze wall to get that kill on the market. He's laughing. Sadak's just like, oh, that was a pretty hot situation. As they pull back, though, with the numbers advantage. 5 players to work together towards the A site, but Sentinel has the read on this. Never mind, it's a double pump. Because of the position we have in 2's all the way towards the B main.
Take flight.
Okay, so I feel like we have been missing this from Loud in these few rounds. The past rounds, it would be that they tempted B main, they were a little bit in mid, right? QCK would flash, and then everybody just reset to a default spot to hit A.
30 seconds
Loud
left.
have not been leaving breadcrumbs around the map to be able to make audio calls on a rotation or be able to make that re-rotate. And now we're seeing that come into play. Those audibles we know Sadak for in the middle to late round.
Zelsis snuck through, but QCK was still holding towards the billboard of the B main. A knife being thrown that would have been huge towards that B main site where they don't have the fault line aftershock to work with, or snake bites, as a matter of fact. Even QCK's reflanking towards the mid side. But Sentinel's already pushing forward. Spraying through the attacker smoke. Snake bite on the ground. There's that backstab. Too good for QCK.
Wow.
Attack. It looks for information towards this mid side.
Fake TP to B main, but the push is huge here from Sen. They're trying to change the pace of the game of what Loud has been seeing the last few rounds. Feeling in control. Sen trying to take that away. Passive play from Loud gets them safely across the map here. But this is what they were doing before. Not really tempting or leaving anybody at a site. Just making some noise mid, and then they're going to hit A.
This could be basic things too, from Sentinels holding towards the back of the side with John's cutie set up on the A, just to maybe try to break a wingman with his trips inside the A site. Run it back here, utilized by QCK just to clear out the space towards the dumpster. The plant still comes down. A lucky kill onto Calzine. Throws up the hat, but the plant still went down for Loud.
That's huge. That's Cowanzine's the one they want, an elbow. For him to go down, this means that Sen can get back in.
Right now, the goal is to protect Sadak so that he could use his Hunter's Fury. There's that tap, uses it out right away. And now right after, it's going to be for Loud to fight back inside the smoke. Flashes are coming through. Nades are coming across towards the smokes as Tens is holding off angle. A curveball turned. A nice kill from Tens. Snake bites on the ground as well. Wingman comes up trying to get it down. It's at least at halfway. He's trying to stick it fully for Wingman, but gets denied. It's up to a 2 versus 1. A push forward from Bless once again. Denied by John Cutie as they'll get the defuse in match point.
Round 12 for Sentinels.
Match point.
Tens again. Cowanzine, you saw how confident Sentinels was to step forward there and go for the hit. What a kill to be able to pull up. Sheriffs now for the side of Loud. What a hurt on game point now, as they're going to try to get QCK up this mid position again. A little rinse and repeat on the strats before, but it brings most of the team to keep him safe.
QCK with the Sheriff, the double swinging out, the wall bang, forcing Zelsis away. Trying to take the mid control, even shock darts thrown from Sadak to keep him back. Sentinel's trying to push forward. It was being watched by Les, so you have 3 players now contained in the A site. That said, though, with the amount of rounds that were coming back there for Loud, that one single loss now map point for Sentinels. The economy's broken for Loud. They have to try to get something done here. Controlling maybe an orb on the B site, a Viper plant off the pit, using his Owl drone to sell that fake with this. As we have the backstab though for QCK. It's perfect, but finally John comes out of the camera to trade that out. They get information on that Sentinel player towards the back of the site, and they try to execute now for Sentinels. A tap to allow Cowanzine to swing out instant
30
headshot.
seconds left.
Still not deciding to go for the plan for less. They want to use it for Cowanzine. It's been the name of the game so far on how they're forming the arbs in the plant. Sentinels now trying to go for a 3-player retake at a disadvantage. Look how far back here Sadak is. Still waiting to see somebody's going to flank across. Delays being thrown early for Loud. A flash towards the market. First contact is less. Cowanzine avoided the mosh pit. Now swings out, hit by at least the fragment. Plant denied. A push forward from Tui's. Zelsis is alone. And it becomes a nice post-plant hold for Loud.
At 12. Pop flash towards mid, possibly?
Definitely.
Yep, pop
even
flash
satchels out from Zekin. And a paranoia on top of that came from 10, so try to do a trap play with the lower buy that they have on the defense for Sentinels. But again, it's the masterclass IGLing calls from Sadak, holding all the way back towards spawn.
It's wild.
Even towards the extremities.
Just wild. All right, into the site here. Just 3 rounds away for Loud to secure us our OT. It's going to be a low buy from Sen. Back in the site, they're going to hunker down and try to find those close angles. It's how can Loud dislodge them. Ultimate for Cowanzine could come around. That's the ultimate plant. If they can keep Cowanzine, then it can elbow without some John Cutie spam.
Easy one there for Zelsis.
Ooh, they lost the breadcrumb. That's what they were leaving this time. Sadak goes down.
And they have to make noise now. This is all going to be heard by Tens, but Tens only has a Sheriff in the back of the A site. Sassy with a pistol himself, so this is a very weak A site hold. A flank coming behind here, a flash. Tens is fully blinded. The lurk comes up from the side from Les. Yeah, Sassy gets the headshot. An instant ding from Les. 3 players remaining from Sentinels coming back once again from the A link. Tui's now takes control towards the back of the default. Gets 1 for his troubles back there. 2 versus 2. A pit out, a rolling thunder. Giving a lot of chances for Loud here on the post plant. Camera coming out, forcing now Sentinels to go inside the pit to fight back. Zelsis is low on HP, upgraded into a rifle. They actually have 2 rifles to work with. There's that first deniability to run across. Zelsis does get the pick though. And Les has 1 more snake bite.
And they have to
go by him. The tap on his spike. The kill from Celsius. The defuse comes out for Sentinels as they finally close out map number 1.
It's incredible the amount of times we see Sentinels